Okay, so when you first encounter the site, this quick tour menu will pop up. You can always skip the tour if you've been to the site before and you're familiar with it. But if you click on Start the Quick Tour, it'll walk you through all of the various elements of the site. So you can navigate the map using the plus and minus. This will be very familiar to any sort of Google Maps users. You can also use your scroll wheel on a mouse to zoom in and out of the site. By clicking on the filters, you'll bring up a whole host of ways that you can narrow down your search. You can filter by neighborhood, by site category, by heritage significance, by the level of heritage protection and recognition, or you can also search by historic areas. Vancouver has 3 official historic areas, so we've added those to the map as well. Once you zoom in, and you'll see the marker icons, and these indicate a property or a site on the map. The color of the icon corresponds to the site's heritage significance, which you'll see color-coded in the filters. So you can click on these markers to find out more about the property. When you click on them, the information box icon will open. You can then click on this box to open this information in the right-hand information pane, which will give you lots more information. And then you can click Learn More to open a new window as a tab with all of the information for the site. When searching for a property, you can use the search bar here to search by site name or site address. And it's quite an intuitive search. A menu will drop down with options as you begin to type. And for example, when searching for something like Hastings, you'll get properties with Hastings as the site name, but also you'll come up with properties that are on Hastings Street. And one thing to remember with the search, the data for when west and east streets uses just the capital E or capital W. So when you're searching, it's better to just type the single letter rather than right, west, or east. So that's the completed tour. So if we get started, as you can see, so if you click on the filter buttons, that brings us up all of our filter menus. We can zoom in on the map, and once we've zoomed in close enough, you'll see individual sites. So if we click on one of the sites, this is Brock School, for instance, this brings up our information icon. If we click on that, it'll bring up the information in this right-hand side panel. And there you'll be able to see a description of the site, the neighborhood it's part of, its significance. And then if you click Learn More, it will open a window in a new tab. Now, this gray box, we do get quite a lot of questions directed to us about the actual management of sites. And so we wanted to make sure that we were being very clear that Vancouver Heritage Foundation is not responsible for the management of any of the sites on the Heritage Site Finder. You know, you've been to the site a bunch of times, you can dismiss that warning and that will go away. So on this overview page, you'll be able to see the description, some of the tombstone data for the site. It will also offer you the opportunity to go through the gallery and any associated images or documents that we've uploaded. So these come from research that's been done by volunteers or staff about each property. So you can scroll through the gallery there. It will also show you where on the map the property sits, and enable you to, if you want to go and check out the property, it'll give you directions in Google Maps. And then we also have this wonderful opportunity to, if you have a story or an experience that you want to share, a memory about that site, we love to hear those submissions. So we've got, each site has this share your stories link. So we really encourage you, if you do have a memory of a property, to share it with us. Now, going back to the site, we can always return to the list here. And I thought I'd walk you through a little bit of the filtering options. So the site defaults to focus on all neighborhoods. However, if you toggle down, you can select specific neighborhoods. Say you're only interested in searching properties in Marpole. You can then select that and it will just bring up the properties down here in Marpole. You can also reset any filters that you've selected by selecting the reset option, and that will return to no filters. You can filter by the site category. So say you're interested in all of the sites that have actually losses of sites or removed sites. So we can click on that filter to filter only those sites. You can also unclick those boxes to return to all of the sites. You can choose to filter by the heritage significance. And as I mentioned, the color of the icons does correspond to the heritage significance. So you'll see all the red sites. If you click on primary significance, you'll see all of the yellow sites if you're selecting B significance. And I'll just reset that. And as I say, I'm zooming in and out. I can use the zoom in up here, or I can use the scroll wheel on my mouse. And then finally, for filters, we have the historic areas. So if you just want to see the historic areas in Vancouver, you can select that filter option. You can also toggle between displaying the heritage sites within those historic areas or not. So you can choose to understand what sites exist inside that historic area as well. And then we can reset any filters. If you ever want to return to the homepage of the site, you can always click on the title here, the Vancouver Heritage Site Finder. We also, up in the right-hand corner, if you're curious to learn more about the site, we have an About page. There's more information about the city's heritage register. If you want to learn more about the City of Vancouver's heritage program, if you want to learn more about our Vancouver Heritage Foundation financial support for heritage properties, we've got some links to our grants there. We always are grateful for any support that we can receive to maintain these resources that we create for the public. So we have a nice donate link there if you're interested in helping us out. We also have an FAQ page up here on the right. If there's any other questions about the functioning of the site, what an A primary significance means as part of the register, who's responsible for the register, any questions that you have that you don't see an answer to on their site, down here we have the contact us information. So feel free to get in touch with VHF. You can send us an email or call our office if you have a question about the Heritage Site Finder. And one last plug for us, if you're looking to find out more about Vancouver Heritage Foundation, you can click on our logo and it will take you to our website where you can learn all about what we do. So thank you very much.